Greetings! Welcome to the Devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, it is time for another one of our fun little weekly patches during this holiday month. I promised you last week that there'd be another suitably interesting system to go along with our doors that has been in progress for quite a while. The core of this system was authored by a tech artist I've been collaborating with for years at this point, named Cinecat. And well, I'll just go ahead and show it to you. To go along with our destructible doors, H3 is going to also have destructible glass windows. Yup, that's right. This has taken a tremendous amount of work to realize. So let's get some stuff to smash them. Let's see here. Yep, we're going to definitely need fire axe, classic baseball. We're going to need a grenade to work with, as well as a trusty demonstration shotgun. So, what makes these special? So, basically the way these work is that when receiving damage, glass panes that have been set up in a particular way can shatter into a bunch of subpieces. So we'll start simple with a bullet here, like so. So you get a projectile impact that shatters us into a bunch of pieces. Now these have mostly remained stable and connected to our frame, although let's see, did any of these, doesn't feel like any of them can move. Alright, and can sub-shatter from there. So some pieces blew out and shattered here, and then these are probably small enough that they become detached from the frame over time. So we can just push those out like so. You're still in there, you're still in there. Wonderful. Let's just finish off this pane. Oh, helps to actually hit. Oh, that is just immensely satisfying. You still in there? Yep, you're still in there. You're not. These can probably, yep, these can just be pushed on over here. And off you go. Blap. Bonk. Bonk. There we go. So as you can see there are a number of rules in the sort of glass shattering system that are both to add sort of more dynamism, but also function as a sort of internal performance evening system, because as you might imagine, this is really expensive to do. So yeah, so when we have a break, anything that isn't connected to the frame sort of flies off, and then pieces below a certain threshold detach after a couple seconds. These are still managing to balance in the frame, just via collision pressure, but I can push these on out, and the first collision they have beyond a certain velocity causes them to shatter. This is what allows us to have many, many generations of shatters without this becoming just an absolute disaster performance-wise. So yeah, but there were a number of other challenges and sort of problems to fix with this. So, which is why we have a demonstration shotgun. So, because this is very expensive to do, basically the performance budget for shattering glass is no more than one piece of it per frame. This presents a bit of a problem with, say, a shotgun, because this is going to fire 10 projectiles, and those projectiles are registered against something that can get damaged independently, because H3 is a simulation. So I can't just shatter that piece of glass instantly in 10 frames, and so what I had to do was essentially write this queuing system, which we're going to turn on bullet trails so we can see this better, that basically allows a piece of glass to accrue hits over time. I'm going to get back here so we can really see the spread happen here. Beautiful. And so what this actually did was the piece of glass kept track of projectile impacts that occurred within a radius over the course of the frame and then shattered. This was a pain in the butt. But super necessary for situations where we have shotguns, grenades, etc. So yeah, and you'll notice that this fracture pattern is visually distinct from, where did I put my gun? There we go. Let's bring you back, from the pattern for a single impact. And so that's one of the things that has been authored into the system, is various looks of shatter patterns. Let's reset our windows and do some more. Respawn windows. Wonderful. We've also got some shatter patterns for sort of physics collision and thrown objects. So if we throw a baseball through here, God, I love doing this. I could do that all day. Oh, come on back. Beautiful. You can see there that we basically have sort of some sub pieces that can sometimes get destroyed in the incident collision, sometimes fall out, like so. And this pattern library, oh, I love that, still isn't complete. I basically got like one testing pattern in per type, but I want to fill it out just to make sure that there's suitable variation from all the different ways that you can mess with glass in the game. Like so. Wonderful. Let's turn bullet trails back off. Boop, boop, boop. And of course, there's taking just a melee weapon. Respawn windows, where we can just take this and whack it through there. Just clear out the glass like so. Oh, that feels great. Seriously, I just kept getting distracted for hours working on this. And I know you're going to ask for it. You're going to ask, what about a SOSIG, Anton? What about a SOSIG? Demonstration SOSIG. Sorry for this.
Oh, I think I finally fixed things.
Oh, I mean, that's good, I guess. Let's grab him by his tail here. I keep bumping into things. That is my recording camera. I should step slightly to this side. And a do 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 do. Bam! Oh goodness! What have I spent half a decade of my life making? And we'll put you here. Perfect. Oh. Yeah. So there you have it. There is our destructible window system. As I said, this is just a first test of it. This is just a single prefab. There is a ton of infrastructural work to actually integrate this into the game more deeply. Not just more complex resetting behavior, but tracking the sub pieces generally for a scene, me actually making prefabs for different sizes and styles of windows and associating the correct effects. It's a lot, but I wanted to get this version of it out right to begin with, so that you can play with it and so that I can find all the ways in which it breaks. Like his face. Wonderful. Anywho, let's jump out of VR and talk about something else super important for this month. Yo! So yeah, more breakable stuff. That really is the theme of so many of the systems that I am working on, and the content. I've had so much content under production for basically like almost the entire past year, most of which is destructible in some way, but I've been waiting for certain shared systems to be ready, and getting to the point where I'm sure that everything's going to work to the degree that I can start building scenes with it, which is going to be what next year is going to be about to a huge degree. But I'm super excited with how this glass system has turned out. As I said, a bunch of stuff is still being tweaked about it in terms of exact sort of like force threshold behaviors, damage behaviors, the exact mixing of the sound, and when certain samples are playing with certain sorts of things. It's a lot to tweak. I have more VFX to make for it. But this is far enough along, once again, that I can do some sort of initial testing and make sure that there aren't weird corner cases where there are performance explosions that I haven't experienced in my own testing, but some of you will after doing like, I'm gonna stuff 18 SOSIGs around the window and then put C4 on one of their foreheads and blow it up and see what happens, you know, past that. So I know y'all will find all sorts of screwball ways to mess with it. So that is the purpose of the limited tests of these destructibles in the proving ground before I sort of deploy these things more widely, especially because right now I'm not working on an alpha branch. I'm just pushing these completely live and hoping they don't explode because it's the holiday times. So yeah, so our other big exciting thing, because it's that time of year again, is that we've got another Meatmas holiday contest for you folks. Last year, if you'll remember, we did the Future Sosigun contest where we had you folks design a Sosig weapon befitting a future meaty soldier. And this year, we're going to go a little more on the culinary side of things, which is that we're going to be doing the 2021 Meatmas Tactical Hot Dog Recipe Contest. That's right. I want you folks at home to author a recipe for what you think is a tactical hot dog. And by hot dog, I of course mean, you know, fairly broad definition, tubed meat surrounded by a bready substance in some form, as I know many of you live in countries where American hot dogs aren't that common, and you sort of have a different sort of bread and sausage standby that is very much within the purview of this contest. And so the way this is going to work is that there's an entry form that will be linked in the description of this video, but it's also going to be on a pinned thread on Reddit that you will open up in Google Docs, take a copy of it for yourself, and then fill out with a recipe. But it could be whatever you think your favorite condiments are, as well as some ideas on how to make that recipe more tactical, whatever that means to you. And in this form, there's going to be various sections where you put down your visual target, what it should look like, the component specifications or ingredients to your tactical hot dog, the assembly instructions, the recipe for it, and your contextual justification for what makes it a hot dog, what makes it tactical, and why we should care. What makes it the ideal battlefield tubed meat delivery vehicle. So, and I leave it up to your creativity to decide what that all means. And there's going to be 5 categories of winners for this contest. There's going to be best presentation. There's going to be most tactical. There's going to be the meatiest entry. There's going to be the technically a hot dog prize, and subreddit's choice, as always, that will be voted on. And the 5 winners, in addition to getting a fun little prize from me, I will actually prepare and cook your hot dog recipe, provided I can find all of the ingredients for it following the holidays. And I will video this process, and that will go up in a devlog video. The strangest devlog sometime in January, me working through and cooking and taste testing the 5 winners. So there you have it. That is going to be our contest for the week. I'm already terrified just knowing what has been entered into these contests in the past, but at the same time, each year you folks manage to find a way to impress me as much as terrify me. So I look forward to seeing what you all come up with for this contest. So yeah, so I hope you have a fun weekend playing along with the destructible glass, possibly sketching out some ideas for your contest entry. You have until Christmas Day to get that in, so you got a total of 15 days to work on your contest entry. That should be more than enough time to just devastate your kitchen. So I look forward to seeing what y'all come up with, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.